Hey, it's Irreverent Aegis here, and in this video I'm going to walk you through how to tank Falkreath Hold hard mode. This is a pretty quick fight, so I will call out the mechanics as they happen. The first thing we need to worry about is when Dami House lights up the outer ring of the arena on fire. Obviously, we need to stay away from that, and then he does this move where he sucks everybody in, and then everyone needs to not stack and slowly back up and move around, so that way they don't die from the overlapping AoEs. A soft stack around the boss rather than a hard stack really helps with that. Around 80%, the boss is going to summon a wave of 4 elemental astronauts. Your job as the tank is to grab all of them, and they will come to you except for the flame astronaut. It's best to chain that one in, that way your group can AoE down all of them. Whenever astronauts come out, he'll go into hibernation, and when he returns from hibernation, he'll go through his normal rotation. This attack, you need to get out of the middle, and he shoots fireballs at everyone and pounds the ground. DPS and healers can hide behind the pillar to avoid the fireballs. The tank, you can just stand there and take it. Now we're going to see a shout mechanic. This happens at 70%, 50, 30, 10, 5, and then about every minute thereafter if he's not dead. Those percentages are not exact, meaning that if you have really high DPS, you can actually push him past multiple shout phases at the same time. That's nice because it removes shout mechanics. However, the problem is it almost randomizes when he's going to shout, or at least it feels like it randomizes when he's going to shout. So if your group isn't prepared to hide behind a pillar at all times, you might end up with a shout unexpectedly. Before starting the fight, everybody in the group should agree upon the direction everyone's going to go during shout phases. Usually clockwise is chosen, so the next available pillar that is unbroken is the one everyone's going to hide behind during each successive shout. If a group member cannot get behind the correct pillar or loses track of which one's the correct pillar, it is far better for them to die than to destroy another pillar. That's because there are only a finite number of pillars, and Dami House will keep shouting until he's dead. So, if they take a pillar early, that means you have less time to beat the boss before he wipes the entire group. Obviously, time won't be an issue for high DPS groups, but I'm assuming that if you're watching this guide, you don't necessarily have a high DPS group, and you'll want to maximize your ability to clear this, especially if you're going for your first clear in here. If you push past one of the shout percentages, but he goes into hibernation before he shouts, always expect, like here, that he is going to shout as soon as he comes back. You can see that Ping wasn't paying attention to that, and he ate it because he wasn't ready. But at least he died in the center and didn't break another of the pillars. For groups without high DPS, it's very important to keep the adds under control and to focus them with AoE abilities. That's because the adds will stack up and they will eat away at the tank's resources. It's really hard to maintain aggro on all 4 Atros, as well as the boss. You can actually see that I lost aggro on the boss in this fight, because I wasn't really paying attention, and he just kept attacking one of our DPS. Luckily, he didn't heavy attack the DPS. His heavy attack looked kind of like a charged up Kamehameha, and then he'll shoot it at somebody, just a single fireball. So you'll see that in a second here, once I gain aggro back. He's about to do that to me. And there it is, and he'll throw that fireball. That will one-shot anybody, so it's very important to not lose aggro for very long on him. During execute, the boss will summon adds about every minute, but he won't go into hibernation like he used to. This is a problem if your DPS aren't able to handle them quickly, as they will just continue stacking up. The next thing is the boss will get a damage shield that needs to be burned through before you can continue killing him. He'll refresh that damage shield every once in a while, so again, doing excellent DPS to him is a must during this part. Other than that, it's pretty much a DPS race at this point before he breaks all the pillars or before you get overrun by adds. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, and please subscribe to my channel.